Hi folks, Robin here at Toadstool Tarot. I'm trying to figure out some way to express myself here that may be helpful regarding an issue that's of concern to me. This has to do with community and what community is, should be, shouldn't be. I think a lot of us start channels because we want to belong to a group of people that are like-minded individuals who share interests and are supportive of one another. But part of that problem is that the nature of having a channel and expressing yourself openly and honestly and safely is that you, no matter how many followers you have, the more followers you have, the more followers you have. What I mean to say by that is you become an influencer whether you want to be or not. And I'm not sure influencing is such a good thing, because it's one thing to share feelings and likes with others, but when it comes to the extent where followers are ganging up behind the host or leader, follow the leader, and are all jumping on their bandwagon, then you sort of become a channel of us versus them. And you lose balance. And you lose perspective. And I believe in individuality, and I believe in everyone being able to express themselves openly and honestly. And that doesn't mean you can go mean, but you should be able to express your what's of value to you and what isn't, in an uninsulting manner. And if I'm in a group where I feel like people start ganging up on one opinion and responding or rejecting the alternative because of the host, or because they don't feel like they are free to express their own individual thoughts and feelings, that bothers me. So I'm going to try to be more aware and keep balance whenever I do a live, whenever I have chatters on my channel, to make sure, as long as they're not deliberately trying to hurt other people there, that they have a voice. When I find a deck that I want to share with you, it's usually because I love the deck and I want to see if other people support that love for that deck. Or maybe not. I'm still open to people who are critical of it. But I feel like if you're going to be critical of something, you need to do it in a respectful manner. Like, explain why you're critical of it. If you follow my channel, you'll notice a lot of times I'll look at decks from both sides. I'll tell you the things I like about it, the things I don't like about it, and why. So a lot of decks' opinions are matters of taste. Many of us are friends who aren't drawn to the same things. But we need to feel open to express ourselves in a sense of community that embraces our differences, that we don't all have to like the same things, that we don't have to support the same things, that we have to be aware of when we're taking up a side or when we're pushing the other side down or out of the situation, out of the conversation. We've had enough of that in our country, and it crosses over a lot into social media. You don't have to look too far to see that. So I hope people will consider being more balanced in their dealings with followers. If you find yourself to be an influencer, and you only need to look at the number of your followers to know if you're an influencer or not. The more people who follow you, the more you need to be wary of the kind of influence you might have over others and trying to maintain a positive attitude. Try not to rouse up a negative crowd or feeling about something. If it's something you feel strongly against, find a way to express it that this is just your opinion and not that others should follow you, but that they should use their own minds and figure out for themselves how they feel about it. Yeah, I guess that's sort of mostly what's on my mind at the moment. And I'm going to try a little bit harder to be aware of these kind of things when I'm in chats on other channels. I need to focus more on when I feel like my opinion is outnumbered, to maybe extricate myself from the conversation. I don't know that that's always the best thing to do. It lets the mob take over. But sometimes in trying to maintain the alternate opinion or some sort of semblance of balance, all it does is it makes the majority uncomfortable and rail against you. So I don't know what the answer is. Maybe some of you have suggestions. But you'll notice a lot of times when I'm in chats, other people's chats, I say provocative things or I joke around a lot. And I think most people know my sense of humor and know that I would never try to hurt anyone intentionally, and that I sometimes just like to shake things up or, for the most part, be silly, because we live in such a heavy world. I think conversations often need lightening. So, please don't take anything I say or do too seriously. And if something really triggers you, consider why you're being triggered, and consider that maybe I'm just trying to provoke some sense of balance or an alternate way of thinking to popular mass opinion. I didn't mean for this to get too heavy, but I've been experiencing, I go through this from time to time. I get to feeling this in visits to other channels, and generally my reaction or response to it is to back away from social media for a while, not to interact as much, to basically shut myself down. And I don't know that that's the best way to handle things, but maybe on a personal level it is. I don't know that it's all that helpful to other people, but everybody's got to do this in their own way. And yeah, have fun, be good to each other, be supportive. Maybe don't engage in the negative so much. and something's provocative that you want to say or present as a topic, consider where that might go, where that might lead, and be sensitive about how other people might be affected by that. And remember always that you know, even though you might feel left out if you extricate yourself from a conversation or a group, that's always your option. So consider that if that's helpful to you. There's no point in being around thoughts, opinions that make you feel negative. I think one of the best things about social media is when it draws us together and lifts us up. But that drawing together, again, you don't want it to be drawn together into a group that outwardly is very sensitive and helpful and supportive, but then something worms its way in there that leads you into ganging up against other people, dividing into Us versus them. So take care of yourself, everybody, and I hope to see you soon when I feel like the feeling is right. Okay, bye-bye.